Hello and welcome to another video. This time we are going to look at something which comes up reasonably frequently on the forums and on Discord, and that is how to use the dice roller and the point buy system to create ability scores for your character. So we start with the usual start screen and we go into manage characters. We select the 5th edition rule set, and you can select a theme if you like. I like this one, so we'll start this, and we shall get the start screen once Fantasy Grounds loads up. In the meantime, we can just contemplate our navels. So here we go, this is the screen that we are concerned with, and the main bit that we want to be looking at are these two tabs up at the top here, roll and points. So let's look at the first one, which is the dice roller, and this is the easiest one to probably get to grips with. The default is roll 3d6 6 times. So the easiest way to do this is just to click on a 6-sided dice, right click a couple of times so that you get 2 and drag that into one of your quick bars, and then just click that 6 times, and there's your 3d6, and you just take these scores here and off you go. If you don't like any of them, you can untick that and re-roll them or whatever. A common one is to roll 4d6 and drop 1. So this is where these boxes down at the bottom come into play. So it's saying here roll 6 scores of, and we change the 3 to a 4, and then drop 1. And you can see that the number of boxes up here have changed to 4 boxes. If we do the same trick again, just get 4 dice, drop it into one of the quick bars, click it 6 times, 6, and you can see that Fantasy Grounds is rolling it, and if this box here is grayed out, so these are the dice which have dropped and these are the scores that you're left with, and you can then just simply drag these scores into a new character into the abilities tabs. Again, if you don't like any of them, you can just unclick and then make another roll, and there you go. So that's the easy ones, not a problem there. The ones that probably cause the most difficulty is the points buy system. So let's just remind ourselves what the points buy system is first of all. So we'll get the let's try and spell it properly. Let's get the player's handbook up. We go to the reference section, creating characters, determining ability scores, and if we scroll down we can see right at the very bottom here the variant customizing ability scores and the ability score point by cost. So we need to fill this in first of all to mimic what's in this table here in the player's handbook. So we can see that the first one is that any score of 8 or less costs us 0 points. So all we need to do is type in 8 in there, point cost is 0, and that's it. We then need a new line. Points cost 9, and we just type the 9 in there, and we see that this Fantasy Grounds automatically puts this into a numerical order. So the 9 that we've typed in has just jumped in here. It's got 9 to 9, which is correct, so 9, and the point buy cost here, and it shows it on that table, is 1. So that's how much it is to buy a score of 9. We need to carry on and do more. We need another one, this time 10, and again it's jumped down to the bottom here because it's put this in alphabetical order. Now this is where people mainly go wrong, because they then think, well, point by cost 10 is going to cost us 2 points, so we'll put 2 in here, but that isn't correct. The difference between 9 and 10 is another extra point, so we actually put this in here as a 1 because it's cumulative. To buy a score of 9 scores 1, but to buy a score of 10 scores the 9, which is 1, and another 1, which is 2. So that's where the 2 is. So this is where most people go wrong. So you can see now that if we keep adding these in, point buy is now 11, and again it's going to cost us another point to buy 11, so again 1 goes in there, and then we get to 12. Another point to get from 11 to 12. Another one, where are we, 13 this time. And again, it's another point, and again 14. Now this time, the difference between 13 and 14 is 2 points, because it's going to cost us 2 more points between to create this score, because it's 5 points for a 13 but 7 points for 14. So we need to put in a 2 here because it's an extra 2. And then the last one is 15. And again, the difference between 14 and 15 is between 7 and 9. So again, that's going to cost us 2 points to get 1 more point above 14. So that's it. This is the first part. You've got to set this up first of all before any of this will work. The next thing you need to do then to actually work the points out is to click on this little icon down at the bottom here. Now we click on that, and here we have our 6 scores. And in the left hand column, that's what we would type in, the scores that we want, and the cost will then be worked out for us in the left hand column, and down at the bottom it shows you how many points are actually being used. So if we want our first score to be 15, we type in 15. We see that the 9 has come into the cost here, into this box. If we look at our table over the player's handbook, 15 does indeed cost 9 points, and we see that we've used 9 out of our however many points that we have got. If we add in another 15, another 9 points, and so on. So if we add in 10, we can see correctly it's costing us 2 points. If we add in 11, it's costing us another 3. If we put this one at 8, it'll leave it at 0. And if we put this one in at 14, it's going to correctly cost us 7 points. And we can see that we've gone 30 points already, so we're over our 27. So we need to alter some of these to get back down to 30 points. So if we change this to 13, and if we change this one to, let's say, 10, no, let's change it to, I think let's put that one back to 8. It's this one we need to change to 10. And there we have our 27 points. So that, in a nutshell, is how you use the ability score modifier, or the ability score variant, to create your characters' ability scores in Fantasy Grounds. Okay, that's it, I think. I don't think there's anything else that we need to cover. Thanks for watching. Cheers for now.